I just got an email from Wealthsimple Trade saying that they are offering fractional shares to buy and sell on the platform, which is a great new feature. And in this video, I'm quickly going to run through what a fractional share is, which companies you'll be able to buy and sell through this new feature, and what are the pros and cons of investing in fractional shares. First of all, what are fractional shares? Well, it's pretty self-explanatory, but simply put, it's when you own a portion of a stock that is less than one full share. So for example, Wealthsimple will now let you buy half of a share of Amazon stock. In fact, they're going to let you start investing in fractional shares with as little as $1. So with $1, you could purchase 0.027% of a share of Amazon. Now, what companies will you be able to purchase fractional shares of on Wealthsimple? Because they're not offering every ticker symbol for this feature. There is a specific list that Wealthsimple is going to be offering for now. That includes 4 Canadian companies, which are Shopify, Royal Bank, TD Bank, and CN Railway. And there are 9 US stocks that are going to be offered as a part of this new feature, including Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Netflix, Tesla, Airbnb, Coinbase, and Nvidia. They aren't saying how or why they chose these 13 specific ticker symbols over all of the other ones, but I think it's a pretty good start, and I would be willing to bet that the list is going to expand at some point in the future. Now, what are the pros of investing in fractional shares? Well, first of all, it means that you can start investing today in companies that you like, even if you can't actually afford an entire share of the stock. For example, it can be difficult to save up enough money to invest in a company like Amazon, which at the time of this recording is trading at over $3,700 US per share. With fractional shares, you don't have to wait until you have 3.7K or more to invest in one share of Amazon. You can start investing with as little as $1. This means that you can regularly put small amounts of money into a company that you like, and you don't have to wait until you've saved enough to purchase an entire share. Over time, you can build up your position whenever you have some spare cash lying around that you want to invest. A third major pro of investing with fractional shares is that it's great for keeping a balanced portfolio. So let's take the example of Amazon again, and say that you really like the stock and you want to invest in the company, but if you purchased one full Amazon share, then it would account for something like 30% of your entire portfolio. And maybe you only want to allocate 5% of your portfolio to that one specific company. With fractional shares, that problem no longer exists because you can choose exactly the specific percentage allocation of your portfolio that you want to put into one of these companies. And you don't have to overextend yourself or expose yourself to increased risk by allocating, say, 30% of your entire portfolio to one specific stock. And a final point in the pro column here is that with fractional shares, you actually still get paid out dividends if the company pays a dividend. And the dividend will be in proportion to the percentage of the share that you own. So if you own half a share of something, then you'll get half of the dividends. Now, Amazon is not a great example here because they don't pay a dividend and they never have. But Microsoft does pay a dividend and they are on the list. Currently, their dividend yield is 0.81% per year. So that means that if you owned half a share of Microsoft, then your annual dividend yield would be just over 0.4%. One point to note though, and Wealthsimple has not clarified yet, but some brokers will not pay out a dividend if the portion of the share that you own is super tiny. So let's say that you only invested $1 in Microsoft. I'm not 100% sure that you would get that dividend. It remains to be seen. So yes, there are a lot of pros to investing with fractional shares, and it's good for both beginner investors who just want to get exposure to some of these big companies, as well as for more advanced investors that want to have specific portfolio allocations, and this helps them achieve that. Now for the cons of investing in fractional shares, and as far as I can tell, there is only one major con, which is that it's not quite as simple to buy and sell fractional shares as it would be if you were just doing regular trading on the app. Since most of the people that trade in the stock market are trading in full entire shares, that means that the broker, or in this case Wealthsimple, has to match up people that want to buy fractional shares with sellers or people that want to sell fractional shares with buyers. And in the email that I got from Wealthsimple announcing this new feature, they say that buy and sell orders for fractional shares are either going to be executed after the current trading day or sometime during the next trading day. I assume that's because they need to reconcile who's buying and who's selling fractional shares, and they need to group people accordingly. But in practice, this means that you might want to use limit buy or sell orders when you're dealing with fractional shares to make sure that you get the price that you want and that you don't get burned if the price changes dramatically between when you place the order and when it's actually executed. And that's basically it. Overall though, I think this is a great development because it increases people's options for investing and it opens up the door for people to invest in companies that they may not previously have been able to afford. I'm going to experiment with this new feature as soon as I can, and I will let you know how it goes. Thanks for watching as always, and if you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.